Here we have some basic anatomy for the hamstrings group. They are three different muscles. The first of which here is the biceps femoris, which originates at the ischial tuberosity or the sits bones and inserts along the lateral portion of the knee, past the knee. So it attaches to the top portion of the bones of the lower leg. Next we have the semitendinosus, once again originating in the same place, ischial tuberosity, the sits bones, but this muscle inserts along the medial portion of the knee, once again inserting onto the top of the bones of the lower leg. And last we have the semimembranosus, originating from the same point and inserting along, once again, inserting along the medial portion of the knee and past the knee onto the top of the bones of the lower leg. Here you have a fairly good picture of the semimembranosus and semitendinosus, which lie together and both insert along the medial portion of the knee. And here is a cutaway view where you actually see where the insertion portion of all three of these muscles come down. Two of them, the semitendinosus and semimembranosus, cover the medial portion of the knee, and the biceps femoris covers the lateral portion of the knee. All three of them insert below the knee. What is significant about this is that they help to articulate the motion of the lower leg. So the flexion of the knee. The top portion, or the origination portion of all three of these muscles, also help to help with the movement of the waist as it hinges forward, so the movement of the pelvis and the hip. So what I find that sometimes in teaching, showing is much better than just explaining verbally. So, hamstrings, which can be fairly complicated. The bottom portion inserts below the knee, so they help with knee articulation. The top portion helps with movement in the pelvis. So basically your hamstrings, depending upon the movement, can be stretched simultaneously from both ends. If you have tight hamstrings, that can keep you from being able to move as far as you'd like to. So let's say if you've got tight hamstrings, as many people have, I have as well. Stretching forward, you find that you're stretching a lot from the arms, a lot of strain in the back because your pelvis will only move so far, trying to keep your knees straight, your legs straight, and this is about as far as you get. So by taking a towel or a blanket and just putting a small bend in the knees, you're taking a lot of tension out of the distal portion of those three muscles that make up the hamstrings, and it allows the pelvis to move forward. As I'll demonstrate here, what this is going to allow me to do is to put more of my stomach, more of my chest onto my top of my thighs. I can relax into this. I have more of a neutral flat spine, and I can stretch my fingers quite a bit past my toes. So if you find that you have fairly tight hamstrings, give this a try. And it's a little bit easier way to, instead of stretching your hamstrings in both directions at the same time, you can relieve some of the pressure off the distal portion of your hamstrings and allow your pelvis to move forward, keeping that neutral spine and keeping your low back safe. Let me know how this works for you.